All right, let's go ahead and get started. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to class. Go ahead and make your way onto your back to start. You're going to settle in, find your breath, and then we'll get going. So find a nice, comfortable position. Just relax those legs long. Let your arms come alongside you, palms face up. Take a couple of big, long inhales, long exhales. So as you lie here, you're starting to dig a little bit deeper into those lungs. Allow your belly to rise and fall. Allow your ribs to expand and fall. And finally, allow the chest to rise and fall as you breathe. Throughout your practice this morning, keep coming back to those breaths. They might be a little shorter, but always making a point to create that inhale, create that exhale that aids your posture. On your next breath in, reach your arms up overhead. Stretch out long through your fingers and your toes. Maybe rotate your wrists and your ankles a couple of times. Starting to wake up those joints. Take another inhale. Get a little longer on your mat. As you exhale, draw your right knee into your chest. Pull the knee toward the shoulder. Keep the elbows in close. Shoulders down on the mat. Inhale, release that leg. Reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, draw the left knee in toward that left shoulder. Elbows closed, shoulders relaxed. Little baby opening in that hip. Inhale, extend the arms up overhead, left leg long. Exhale, draw that right knee in. Inhale to extend. Exhale, left knee to the chest. Inhale, reach out long. Exhale, the right knee in. Big breaths. Inhale, stretch long. Exhale, the left knee in. This time, inhale, arms and legs long. Exhale, bring both knees up into the chest. Stay here. You can stay in stillness, just hugging those knees in. Maybe rock side to side a couple of times. And make some little circles with those knees. And then reverse directions with the knees. Squeeze those knees in one more time, and then take both legs up toward the ceiling. This is called legs up the wall. Take your arms up as well, so the palms are facing one another. Draw your belly in. Notice your legs are maybe a little shaky. If those hamstrings are tighter, that's okay. Try to relax through the legs as much as possible. On an inhale, reach your fingertips up toward the ceiling. Scapula lift away from the mat. Exhale, press those shoulders down into the mat. Inhale, lift up and away. Feel that stretch. Exhale, press those shoulders down. Good. Two more. Inhale, really reach up. Exhale, press those shoulder blades down and in. Last one. Inhale, lift the shoulders away from the mat. Exhale to press down. Take your right arm up overhead, float it above the mat, and then push your low back into the mat. Draw your navel to your spine. Take the left leg down to float above the floor. Continue to push your low back down. You're going to feel maybe a little shaky sensation. We're warming up those abdominal muscles. Keep both legs as straight as you can, a little bit of a stretch there. Press your low back down even more to draw your arm and leg back up through center. Take the left arm down, bicep by the ear, float that left arm. Press that low back down a lot. Navel to spine. Extend your right leg long so it's floating above the floor. Keep pushing that low back down. Maybe finding that sweet shapey spot. Straighten the arms. Straighten those legs if you can. Really connect your low back to the floor as you pull your arm and leg back up. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower your right arm and your left leg. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, lower your left arm, right leg. Inhale to center. Exhale, your right arm, left leg. Inhale to center. Exhale, left arm, right leg. Inhale to center. Continue for a couple of rounds. Keep pressing that low back down. So you're really working those abdominal muscles. Think about moving from your abdominal muscles. So they're creating this movement. We're just warming up the hips and the shoulders here. Working into those hamstrings a little bit. Really getting deep into the abdominal muscles. One more round on each side so that you're nice and even on both sides. And then meet in the middle. Keep reaching up, extending those legs up. Good. Bend those knees. Hug the knees in. Maybe find a little movement or a moment of stillness. Keep the hands on the shins. Keep that ball shape. Look in. Roll up into a seat. Hold it here. Float on those sits bones. Keep lifting the ribs, the chest, shoulders stay down. Find some breath. Keep lifting up and out of the waist. Get a little taller. Floating on those sits bones. And then gently let the feet come down onto your mat. Take your right hand behind you. Bring it in close toward the tailbone. Take your left arm up and over that right knee. Start to look over your right shoulder. Just a little twist this morning. Good. Gently unwind, come back to center. Plant that left hand behind you, close in toward your body. Take your right arm up and over that left knee. Start to twist. Chin over that left shoulder. Come all the way back through center. Hands back onto those shins. Float those feet up again. Sit up nice and tall. Find your breath. You can stay right here or take those arms out. Challenge yourself a little bit. Keep connecting with your core. Keep sitting up taller. Good. You might be a little wobbly, shaky here. That's awesome. We're working deep into those abdominal muscles. Good. Grab onto those legs. Cross at the ankles. We're going to send the legs behind us. Make your way into a tabletop position. Shoulders over wrists. Hips over knees. Spread those fingers nice and wide. Relax your feet on your mat. On an inhale, lift your chin, your hips. Come into cow spine. Exhale, round through cat, chin to chest. Look for your belly button. Inhale to roll forward. Open up the shoulders. Relax your face. Exhale to round. Press the floor away from you. Inhale to roll forward. We're starting to work into the spine, shoulders, and hips. Exhale, really round. Exaggerate the movement. Good. Continue on your own for a couple of rounds. Try to let the breath initiate the movement. So you're always breathing, always moving here. And then maybe add in some extra movement, maybe some side to side, looking over that right shoulder for the right hip, and then over the left shoulder for the left hip. You can start to rotate through the head and the neck a couple of times. Maybe sink the hips toward the heels for a little child's pose. Just do what feels good. So you're sort of checking in with your body. We often do this in a studio setting. So you're just noticing for a moment what feels tight, what feels sore, what feels really strong or flexible this morning. Doesn't have to look like a yoga pose. It can just be a little bit of movement here. Take one more round of your movement, and then we'll meet back in tabletop with a neutral spine. From tabletop, roll over those right toes, press into the ball of that foot, reach your heel away from you. And then check in with those hips. Notice sometimes this right hip wants to open, it wants to fall down. Try to keep both hips squared. Keep pulling your navel to your spine. Get that core strength working for you. Good, you can stay right here or start to float that left shin up. Use your abdominal muscles. Press into those fingertips. Notice that the shoulders want to collapse. Start to press those shoulders up away from each other, just like when we were reaching toward the ceiling. Take an inhale. Exhale, gently lower that left shin. Float the right leg up. Press through the heel. Try to straighten that right leg. Think of the heel as an extension of your hip. Take an inhale. As you exhale, round, bring your knee to your nose. Inhale, extend that right leg out and back. Exhale, round, knee to nose, find cat in the spine. Inhale to extend. This is your last one. Exhale, round, knee to nose. Inhale, take that left leg out and back, flex that foot. And then bring your left arm up. Thumb toward the ceiling, baby finger toward the mat. Bicep alongside the ear. Reach forward through the left fingertips. Press back through that right heel. Take one more inhale. Exhale, plant the palm and knee. Take the knees wide, big toes touching. Sink your hips toward your heels for a little child's pose. Forehead to the mat if it's available. Reach the fingertips away from you as you press your hips back towards your heels. On your next inhale, hinge forward into that tabletop shape. Hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. Nice for the left side. Tuck those toes, press into the ball of that foot. Once again, check in with those hips. Try to get those two hips in one line. Pull your navel to your spine. Start to feel that little stretch in the backside of that left leg. You can stay right here or start to float that right shin up. Use your core strength. Press the floor away from you. Shoulders are nice and strong. Belly strong. Maybe finding that little sweet shaky spot again. Press into the fingertips more. Round those shoulders away from one another. Take an inhale. Exhale, release that right shin down. Float the left leg up. Think of the heel of that left foot as an extension of your left hip. Try to straighten that leg. Get the leg super strong. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, round, draw your knee to your nose. Inhale, extend that left leg straight out and back. Exhale, round, find cat in the spine. Inhale to extend, last one. Exhale, round, knee to nose. Inhale, extend that left leg out and back behind you. Flex that foot. And then take your right arm up. Thumb toward the ceiling, baby finger toward the mat, bicep alongside the ear. So there's a little stretch in that right shoulder. One more inhale. Exhale, plant that palm and knee. Take the knees wide. Sink the hips back toward those heels. One more child's pose. So child's pose is a great posture to come into anytime during your practice that you think it would feel good. On your next inhale, hinge forward. Bring those knees in. So there's about 6 inches between the knees, 6 inches between the feet. Tuck the toes. Pull your navel to your spine. This time we're going to hover both knees up. Think about using your core strength and that shoulder girdle, pressing the floor away to keep you lifted here. Big full breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, hips high and back. Make your way into down dog. Take some time in down dog. We're going to pedal through the feet a few times. Wag those hips. Maybe nod your head yes. Shake your head no, just to really relax the head and neck. Feet are about 6 inches apart, heels reach away. Bring a little micro bend into the knees at least, maybe even a bigger bend. And then we're going to send the hips up and back, ribs toward the thighs. Head and neck relaxed. Press into those fingertips. On an inhale, roll forward into plank pose, top of a push-up. Shoulders over wrists. Reach forward through the crown of the head, the tips of the ears. Press back through the soles of the feet. Take an inhale. Exhale, hips high up and back, come into down dog. Inhale, lift all the way up onto the balls of your feet. Keep reaching your ribs toward your thighs. Head and neck are heavy. Big stretch through the soles of the feet. Take one more inhale. Exhale, heels toward the mat. Inhale, roll forward into plank pose. Suspend your breath. Exhale for down dog. Inhale to the balls of the feet. Exhale, push those heels down. Inhale, roll forward, plank. Exhale for down dog. Inhale to the balls of the feet. Exhale, push through the heels. Inhale, roll forward, plank. Exhale for down dog. One more time. Inhale to the balls of the feet. Exhale, push through those heels. Inhale, roll forward, plank. Exhale for down dog. Take a breath in down dog. Do what feels good. A little movement, a little stillness. On your next inhale, lift up onto the balls of your feet. Look up in between your thumbs. Take little steps slowly. Walk the feet all the way up to meet those hands. Forward fold. Release your torso down. Head and neck are heavy. Grab onto opposite elbows. Come into ragdoll pose. Biceps alongside the ears. And then sway side to side a couple times. Relax that low back down. Release those elbows. Inhale, halfway up, flatten up the back. Hold it here. Pull your navel to your spine. Reach your chest forward. Shoulders down and back. Stretch out through the crown of the head. Stretch back through the tailbone. Take one more inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Two more like that. Inhale, halfway up, flatten the back. Exhale, fold forward. Last one. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant those palms. We're stepping back into plank pose, top of a push-up. Take an inhale and plank. Exhale, lower your knees, float your feet. Squeeze your elbows in, come down onto your belly and chest. Untuck those toes. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. No weight in the hands. Press into the hips. Push into your feet. Take an inhale. Exhale to lower. Two more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to lower. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale to lower. Tuck those toes. Make your way into down dog. From down dog, inhale to the balls of the feet. Just take a couple steps. Walk your feet up in between your hands. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, flatten the back. Exhale to fold. This time, inhale, reach out to come up to standing Tadasana, mountain pose. Exhale, bring your hands to the center of the chest. Inhale, take your arms and eyes straight up toward the ceiling. Exhale, swan dive forward. Lead with your chest on the way down. Inhale, halfway up, flatten out your back. Exhale, fold, plant those palms, step back into plank pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower the knees, squeeze the elbows in, come down onto your belly. Untuck those toes. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Exhale to lower. Two more. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to lower. Last one. Inhale, lift up, hold it here. If you'd like, you can bring a little pressure into the hands. Lift up higher. Pull those shoulders down away from the ears. Lead with the collarbones. Take one more inhale. Exhale to lower down. Tuck those toes. Make your way into down dog. From your down dog, inhale to the balls of the feet. Bend the knees. Lift your eyes. Step forward. Float the feet. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, flatten the back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach out to come up to Tadasana, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to the center of the chest. Inhale, arms and eyes up. Exhale to swan dive forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant those palms, step into plank pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower those knees, come down onto the belly. Inhale, lift up baby cobra or all the way into cobra. Exhale to lower, tuck those toes. Make your way into down dog. Inhale to the balls of the feet. Step or float the feet. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, flatten your back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reach out to come up to Tadasana Mountain Pose. Exhale, hands to center. Inhale, arms and eyes up. Exhale to Swan Dive for Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, fold, plant those palms, step back for plank pose. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you can continue to lower those knees or keep the knees high, lower down halfway, shoulders and elbows in one line. Inhale to the tops of the feet and the hands. Exhale, shift those hips for down dog. So listen to your body. You can continue to lower those knees or you can keep the knees high. Inhale to the balls of the feet, step or float the feet, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reach out to come up to Tadasana Mountain Pose. Exhale, hands to center. Inhale, arms and eyes up. Exhale, Swan Dive forward, lead with the chest. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant those palms for your chaturanga. Take an inhale at the top. Exhale, then lower your way. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, make your way into down dog. Continue to listen to your body, what feels best this morning. Inhale to the balls of the feet, step or float the feet, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, reach out to come up to Tadasana. Exhale, hands to center. Inhale, arms and eyes up. Exhale, Swan Dive forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway up. Exhale, plant those palms for your chaturanga. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower your way. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale for down dog. Take a couple breaths in down dog. Press evenly into the hands and the feet. On your next inhale, reach your right leg up and back. Release your left heel down. Sometimes it wants to hang on. Pull your belly in, square those hips. Try to straighten both legs. Take an inhale. Exhale, round. Draw your knee to your nose, shoulders right over your wrists. Inhale, take that right leg up and back. Exhale, round, knee to nose. Step that foot up in between your hands. Lower your left knee, untuck your toes. On an inhale, sweep those arms up overhead, come into low lunge. Actively pull this right hip back. Shoulders down away from the ears. Maybe take the eyes up in between the hands. One more inhale. As you exhale, twist open to the right. Look back for that right thumb. Twist from the waist. Engage the inner thighs. On your next inhale, come all the way back up through center. Exhale, plant those hands onto the mat. Inhale, take your right arm up sideways. Hug your right inner thigh in. Navel to spine. Reach up like you could touch the ceiling. Look up at that right thumb. Take one more inhale. Exhale, plant that right hand down. Tuck your left toes, come off of that left knee. So you're in a little runner's lunge, and then we're gonna straighten that right front leg. Press back into that left heel. If you can't get both legs straight, that's totally fine. Work with what you got. Start to work towards straightening those legs. I like to walk my hands back a little further and do fists, but do what feels good here. Actively pull that right hip back. Nice big stretch. Find your breath. Good. Start to walk it forward. Bend that right knee. Plant those palms. Send that right foot back. Move through your chaturanga, or you can always step to down dog. Inhale, take the left leg up and back. Release that right heel down. Keep the hips square. Core engaged. Press into those fingertips, all 10. Relax the head and neck. Take an inhale. Exhale, round. Bring your knee to your nose. Shoulder stack right over the wrists. Inhale, take that left leg up and back. Exhale, round. Knee to nose. Step that foot up in between the hands. Lower that right knee. Untuck the toes. On an inhale, sweep those arms up overhead. Come to your low lunge. Actively pull that left hip back. Relax those shoulders. Maybe take the eyes up for a little challenge in your balance. One more inhale. Exhale, twist open to the left. Look back for that left thumb. Keep those inner thighs strong. Twist from the waist. On an inhale, come all the way back up through center. Exhale, plant those palms. Inhale, take the left arm up sideways. Hug your left inner thigh in. Reach up like you could touch the ceiling. Look up at that left thumb. One more inhale. Exhale, bring that left hand down. Tuck the right toes, come off of that knee. You're in your runner's lunge, and then we're gonna start to straighten that left front leg. Do it feels good with those hands. You can walk them back a little bit or keep them out in front of you. And then notice these hips. Pull that left hip back so those two hips are squared. Find your breath. Big stretch in both of those legs. Try to let that right heel down. Totally okay if those knees are bent. Just find your own personal edge. And then think about breathing into that area that feels the tightest. Good. Start to bend that left knee. Walk yourself forward. We're going to send this left leg back. Move through your chaturanga. Or you can meet us in down dog. So I'm switching it up every time. In case you're new to practice, you can see what it looks like to keep the knees high or lower those knees on that chaturanga. Let's flow a little bit. Inhale, take that right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, take the right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step that foot between the hands. Lower your left knee, untuck your toes. Inhale, take those arms up overhead for low lunge. Exhale, twist open to the right. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, plant the palms to the mat. Inhale, take your right arm up sideways. Exhale, plant it down. Tuck those right toes, come off of that knee or in your runner's lunge. This time, come up onto those fingertips, engage your core. Inhale to sweep those hands up so that you are in crescent lunge. Pull that right hip back. Engage the inner thighs, engage your core. You can keep the eyes straight out in front of you or start to look up in between those hands. Take one more inhale. Exhale, plant those palms, chaturanga, or step to down dog. Inhale, take the left leg up. Exhale, round knee to nose, shoulders over ribs. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step that foot between the hands. Lower your right knee. Untuck your toes. Inhale, reach those arms up for low lunge. Exhale, twist open to the left. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, left arm up sideways. Exhale, hand down. Tuck your right toes, come off of that knee. Find that runner's lunge. Get up onto those fingertips, find your balance. When you're ready, sweep those arms up overhead, come up into crescent lunge. Right hips coming forward, left hips drawing back. Eyes forward or up in between those hands. Find your breath. One more inhale. Exhale, plant those palms. Move through your chaturanga or meet in down dog. Good. Find your breath. We're going to continue to build on this flow. Inhale, take that right leg up and back. Exhale, round, knee to nose, shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, round, knee to nose. Step that foot between the hands. Lower your left knee, untuck your toes. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, plant it down. Tuck those left toes, come off of that knee. Inhale, come up for crescent. As you exhale, start to reach forward. Keep your belly drawn in, right hip pulling back. Start to bring your power and weight into this right leg. One more inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back for your chaturanga or meet us in down dog. Inhale, take the left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step that foot between the hands. Lower your right knee, untuck your toes. Inhale, take those arms up. Exhale, open to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, plant it down. Tuck those right toes, come off of that knee. Engage those inner thighs. Inhale, come up for crescent. As you exhale, start to hinge forward. Stay strong in the legs, strong in the belly. Reach forward through the fingertips. Press back through that right leg. Take one more inhale. Exhale, plant those palms. Move through chaturanga or step to down dog. Take a couple breaths. Always time for a quick child's pose if you need one. Inhale, take that right leg up. Exhale, round, knee to nose, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step that foot between the hands. Lower your left knee, untuck your toes. Inhale, come into low lunge. Exhale, twist open to the right. Inhale, come up through center. Exhale, plant those palms. Inhale, right arm up sideways. Exhale, release it down. Tuck your right or your left toes, come off of that knee. Inhale, come up for crescent. Exhale to come forward. Power into that right leg. And then we're going to float up into warrior three. Find one point to focus on. Keep your arms up with your ears. Keep that left leg lifted. Bring your hands down to the mat. Send that left leg up as high as you can. Standing splits. Bring your torso toward your right thigh. Walk your hands towards your foot. Breathe. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release that left foot next to the right. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, flatten your back. Exhale, fold. Plant those palms, step back for chaturanga or shift those hips to down dog. Inhale, take the left leg up and back behind you. Exhale, round, knee to nose, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step that foot between the hands. Lower your right knee, untuck your toes. Inhale, come up low lunge. Exhale, just open to the left. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, left arm up sideways. Exhale, plant it down, tuck those right toes, come off of that knee. Inhale for crescent. Exhale, start to hinge forward. Power into that left leg, and then float that right leg up for warrior three. Arms by those ears if you can. Find one point to focus on. Find your breath. Keep that right leg lifted as you bring your left hands down. Reach your right leg up and back behind you. Torso toward the left thigh. Core engaged. Hands in toward that left foot. One more inhale. Exhale, release that right foot next to the left, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant those palms. Step back for a chaturanga or shift the hips for down dog. Good. Take a moment here. You can stay in down dog. You can find a little child's pose if that would feel good. Just a couple of breaths. Maybe take a sip of water if you want one. Good. Find your breath here. And then we're going to start to flow just a couple more times through that sequence we created before we begin to cool down. So keep coming back to those inhales and exhales. Go ahead and make your way into down dog if you're not there already. On your next inhale, take your right leg up and back. Exhale, round knee to nose, shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, take that right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Step that foot between the hands. Lower the left knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, come up for low lunge. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back up for low lunge. Exhale, hands to the neck. Inhale, right arm up sideways for the twist. Exhale, plant that palm. Tuck your left toes, come off of that knee. Inhale, come up for crescent. Exhale to hinge forward. Inhale, lift up warrior three. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, take that left leg up higher. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Plant those palms for chaturanga or down dog. Inhale, take that left leg up. Exhale, round knee to nose, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step that foot between the hands. Lower your right knee, untuck your toes. Inhale, come up for a low lunge. Exhale, hands to the mat. Oh, just kidding. Inhale, come back up, low lunge. Exhale, twist open to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, hands to the mat this time. Inhale, left arm up sideways. Exhale, plant it down. Tuck those right toes, come off of that knee. Inhale, lift up for crescent. Exhale to hinge forward. Inhale, come up into warrior three. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, lift that right leg higher. Exhale, release it to the left, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, flatten the back. Exhale, fold, plant those palms for your chaturanga or step to down dog. We're going to flow through one more time on each side. Inhale, take that right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step that foot between the hands. Lower the left knee, untuck the toes. Inhale for low lunge. Exhale for the twist to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, plant it down. Tuck those left toes, come off of that knee. Inhale, come up, crescent. Exhale to hinge forward. Inhale for warrior three. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, take that left leg higher. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant those palms, step back, chaturanga or down dog. Last time on this left side, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, round knee to nose. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step that foot between the hands. Lower your right knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, arms up for low lunge. Exhale, twist open to the left. Inhale, back up through center. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, left arm up sideways. Exhale to plant it down. Tuck the right toes, come off of that knee. Inhale, lift up for crescent. Exhale to hinge forward. Inhale, lift up warrior three. Exhale, release the hands to the mat. Inhale, take the right leg higher. Exhale, right foot next to the left. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, plant those palms, step back for chaturanga or find down dog. Good, take a couple breaths in down dog. We're gonna start to slow things down a little bit. Inhale, take your right leg up and back. Exhale, send your shin toward the top of the mat. Lower that left knee. I kind of like to shimmy my knee back and then untuck those toes. Notice that my right hip is floating above the mat, so both hips are square here. And then we're going to come forward onto the forearms. This might be plenty for you right here. Maybe come all the way down onto the belly. So we're working really deeply into that right hip. You might feel it in your right hamstring as well. Maybe on the top of that left thigh. Try to find your breath and your stillness here. And start to slow things down. We're working deeply into that hip. Totally normal to feel a little fidgety, feel like you want to get out of here. That's why we're doing it together. Accountability. Continue to come back to your breath. Let those inhales and exhales ease any discomfort you're feeling, or maybe boredom, or any number of things. And start to walk those hands back up toward that right shin. Really plant the palms. Tuck your left toes to come off of that left knee. And then we're going to send that right leg up and back behind you. Make some circles with the ankle, the knee. Good. You can stay right here. You can start to stack those hips. Bend into that right knee if you'd like. And then maybe let the weight of that right leg carry you over to the right. Right arm comes up for wild thing. Good, find your breath. Do what feels good. Take your time. We're going to meet back in down dog whenever you're ready. Inhale, take that left leg up and back. Exhale to send the shin toward the top of the mat. Shin will probably never be parallel to the mat. That's totally okay. That's just kind of a good guideline to aim for. Untuck those right toes. Make sure those hips are nice and square, sort of floating above the mat for most of you probably. And then walk it forward just as far as it's comfortable. Some of you might even be here this morning. That's awesome. Just find some breath guided into that left hip. If you can make it down onto the forearms, great. You can make it to the belly, great. Just listen to your body. Notice that maybe this left side is very different from the right side. That's okay. Think about guiding your breath into the area of the body where you feel the most tension in this posture. It might just be one spot, it could be numerous. Good, just a few more moments here. Really find that breath. And then start to walk those hands up to the shin. Tuck those right toes, come off that knee. So you can send that left leg up and back. Once again, do what feels good. Some circles with the ankle, some bends in the knee. Maybe stack those hips. So send the left leg on top of the right. Let that left knee bend a lot. Let that weight carry you over to the right. Left arm pops up for a wild thing. Good. Once again, no rush. We're going to meet back in down dog when you're ready. Good. Press evenly through the hands and the feet. We're just going to hold here for a couple of breaths. Try to find a nice strong down dog. This is an awesome posture to come into. Even if you don't have time for yoga practice, maybe challenge yourself to do about a minute of down dog a day. Lots of strength in the shoulders and core. Big stretch in those legs. Bring a little bend into those knees if you don't have one. Keep reaching the torso toward the tops of the thighs. Good, one more inhale. Exhale to gently lower those knees. Send the legs out in front of you. And then scoot up toward the top of your mat. So the soles of the feet are down, knees are nice and bent. Kind of rock side to side, get on top of those sits bones, get all those beautiful glute muscles out of the way. And then take your arms out in front of you. Start to make a C curve with the spine, so you really want to round. Look in at your belly button. Press the feet down, start to roll back. Think about bringing the waistband of your pants down first, then the middle back, then the tips of the shoulder blades, the bra line if you're a female, tops of the shoulders, head comes down. Once you're all the way down, reach those arms up overhead, stretch out long through the fingers and toes, feels good. Maybe rotate those wrists, ankles. Rock the head side to side. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring your arms alongside you. Palms face down next to those hips. And then walk your heels in toward your fingertips. There's about 6 inches between your feet and your knees. Just depending on the structure of your body, you don't have to touch your heels. If I can touch my heels, my feet are too close. So just kind of find something that feels comfortable with the heels in close by the glutes. 6 inches between those feet and knees. And then start to peel your hips up. Press into the feet, press into the shoulders a little bit. Warming up, working into all of those muscles in the backside body. Notice the inner thighs. Feel as if there's a balloon in between your knees. You don't want to pop the balloon, but you also don't want it to float away. So give it a little pressure, hang on to it. You'll feel those inner thighs get stronger. And then notice your glutes. Your glutes will naturally ignite here. See if you can release your glutes. And they'll start to engage again and then release them again. So you're just playing around with a little bit of muscle control, noticing what's going on in your body, starting to connect to some of those different muscles, especially those ones that naturally work for us. Sometimes we forget about those ones. Take one more inhale here. As you exhale, slowly roll down. Try to get the upper back down first, then the middle back, then the low back and the tailbone. Keep those knees bent. Take the feet wide, and then we're just going to windshield wiper those knees side to side a couple of times. Good. Next time you come over to the right, let the legs stay there. Just a little bit of a subtle twist through the low and middle back, little opening in those hips. Engage your core to bring the knees back through center and then all the way over to the left. Good. Come all the way back up through center. Side to side, maybe just 1 or 2 times. And then slow down that movement. Walk those feet back in for a second set of your bridge pose. Arms alongside you, palms face down. 6 inches between the knees and the feet. And then we're going to peel those hips up. Press into the feet, press into the shoulders. Good. Notice those inner thighs. Hang onto that balloon. You can play around with those glute muscles if you like. You can also lift up onto the balls of the feet for this one. Just notice how that sort of changes things. Kind of get some different glute muscles working. Draws into those hamstrings a little bit more. Good. Lower those heels if you lifted them. Stay right here. We're going to take that right leg, cross it over top of the left thigh. Keep pressing those hips up. The hips are going to want to drop here. Push those hips way up. Take an inhale. As you exhale, slowly roll down. And then we're going to pick up that left foot. Draw your hands in under the thighs. Interlace the hands underneath that left thigh. Start to get a little bit of a stretch through the hip. Gently release that left foot back onto the mat. Keep those legs exactly how they are. We're going to tip them over to the left so that the sole of your right foot comes onto the floor. And then start to press that right knee away from you. So the knee's still pointed up like a little tent or teepee. We're just pushing that right knee open. I get a tremendous stretch in my IT band, but just depending on where you hold tension, what your day-to-day life is like, you might feel that somewhere else. Good. Release that pressure. Keep those legs there. Come all the way back up to center. Plant your hands alongside the hips. Press into those hips. Lift back up into that creative little bridge pose. Take the right ankle off of the left. Plant both feet down evenly. Find your nice solid bridge. And then we're going to cross that left ankle over top of the right. Lift those hips a little bit higher. Take an inhale. Exhale, slowly, gently lower all the way down. Once those hips are down, pick up that right leg. Interlace those hands under that right thigh. You can flex that left foot a little bit if you'd like. Might help with some pressure in the left knee if you're feeling it there. Gently release that right foot down. Keep those legs exactly how they are. Tip them over to the right so that your left foot is flat on the floor. And then we're going to start to press that left knee away from you. Might get a little stretch all the way up into that left side body. So we've got a little twist going on. A little lengthening. Release the pressure on that left thigh. Come all the way back up through center. This time just uncross those legs. Good. And then drop both knees up into the chest. You can take a tight grip like I am. I like to grab my opposite elbows. Just really squeeze in. You can also just take a loose grip if that's more comfortable for you. Do what feels good for the last couple of seconds that we're here. We're going to make our way into Shavasana. So for Shavasana, pick a posture that feels really comfortable and really relaxing for you. Some of you might want to bring the soles of your feet together, let the knees open. This is a really good hip opener. If you notice that you were tight in those hips, you can tuck the shoulders underneath of you. Get nice and open across the chest. If this is a lot or your hips are already really open, you can also just lie with those legs straight out. I really like to have my palms facing up. It's a good chest opener, shoulder opener. But if this is really uncomfortable for you, you can also place your hands on your belly. Let your eyes fall closed. Just allow yourself to be here for a couple of moments, a couple of rounds of breath. Easy inhales, easy exhales. Maybe take a moment to feel a little gratitude for this day, for your yoga practice, for your physical body, just for you. Stay here as long as you would like. You don't have to stop once the video is finished. Thank you so much for sharing your morning. Namaste.